Right, okay, now we've come to this spot, which is central Victoria. The creek's dried up like most places are. This place here, we've got water going through the high banker. Then we have a little recycled little pond that's recirculating itself, going down through there into the water. There's a filter there to stop it. We're just using battery bilge pump, pumping it up to there. Pretty dirty water, but that's what the old miners would have used. Need more water, I have to dig it out of there. And what we're doing, we're using buckets, and I've got the two boys down further. What they're doing, we're getting colour, and this creek fills up and running down 100 mile an hour. She's changing course, and little gutters where you might come across, like there, through here. We're getting a little bit of colour. Nothing much, just a little bit. We're just going to run it all day. The boys have got into a little bit of a hole there and getting more out of there, but as you can see, it's a pretty rugged creek. Got quartz through it. Used the 2300 to find some locations, which seems to be working all right. And we'll come back later on. I'll just let you know what's going on. So what's happening, Michael? Is it all working all right?
Yeah, the
water's a bit hard to get hold of. It's pretty dirty, but it's running all right at the moment.
We're just going to check the hole and see if there's still some noise in there.
Okay, so we'll do that. Do you want to put it on now? No? Let's have a go at it, eh? While I've got this running. We'll see what to show them what we're doing. We'll put the detector back on at 2300, and we find a little bit of sand in there, and we dig out the sand instead of trying to dig it up. And we're not getting great big nuggets here, but we do get a little bit of a sand, and we'll use that. All different. This is a lot of wash from the gold rush days. Don't know whether this is an overflow of the mullet heap or it's been washed in there, but we've been getting a little bit of colour. Just ground balance it, Michael. That's a man. Here, put your finger on there. Back and forth. Right. It's a bit chatty, but that's alright. Right, see there? There's a little bit of a sound in there, aren't there? Yeah. Right there. Give me a look. Let go from it, 1 sec. Yeah, so there's a bit of sound there. There's still a bit more noise in there. Yeah. So that's what we're doing, and we're digging out the sand. Alright, and the dirt's getting accumulated, and I'm putting it through the high banker, so we recirculate, it's going back into the creek. And a bit of luck, we might get a bit of colour out of it. And what's been happening, Big Al? How's it going there, mate?
Mate, find little clinkers.
Little winning clinkers?
Yeah.
We did find a couple of little clinkers. What have we got there? Yeah, ain't that good? Bit of fool's gold, but you know,
yeah,
we're
looks
fools.
alright, doesn't it?
Looks good, but yeah, bit of a clinger in the thing there. Just while you're there, open that up and we'll show the good people what we found with the metal detector.
That's a beauty, isn't it?
Nice little clinger, yep. And underneath that, we detected that, and then we got all the dirt out, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
right.
That's a beauty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good little piece.
Good little piece.
Won't get the millionaires, but it's
a
little bit bigger than match head.
Makes our hobby seem a bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a hobby. We're enjoying it. So we'll go back here, get a bit more dirt, and we'll see what happens later on in the day. And we'll come back. As you can see, what we're doing. Water's getting hard to get, but it's recirculating itself. I made a little dam here. The overflow, I'm throwing it out of the pan and getting rid of it. And hopefully, we'll see what happens. I'll just turn that off for a minute. We'll see what we're doing here. Right, that mullet, we'll go push that back into the creek where it's come from. carpet showing plenty of carpet. Can't see any big nuggets in there, of course you probably never will. But it's cleaned it out really nice. This one here has got a, what we call a slow plate put in here, getting filled up with rocks, so we'd like to get rid of them. Otherwise it won't slow it, the plate will splash it everywhere. We'll get rid of those. Falls into there. We've got the riffles, we've got the miner's moss, what I supplied. And there's ripple mat right underneath it. This should run all day without cleaning it out. Alright, so we'll come back later. Right, we're nearly at the end of the day. We've recycled this water for about 3 hours. Got 25 buckets full of small buckets, not big buckets. And the pay dirt. Michael's doing the high banking. I'm trying to clean the filter out, as you can see. Our water's circulating, going into there. Coming into there, and you can see it's very, very thick. You would imagine what the miners would have used in their day. But it's half clay, the half nice, fine. A lot of this stuff here. I'm going to put the metal detector through it because there'll be a lot of stuff in there, but we couldn't clear it. The water's just not good enough. So we're really going to pull the pin in a minute. This big L's still down there digging stuff out of holes. And this is what's happening here. The filter's getting filled up with all the rubbish, and you've got to keep on cleaning the filter up. These little wire baskets from T-Bob shop, $4 each. Best thing I ever brought, value wise, because that's what it does, keeps everything clean. But we're having trouble now. It doesn't matter, we're nearly at the end of it, and we'll clean up here, and we're going to go up to some cleaner water, and we'll do a big clean out later on, and we'll see if we've got any glitter in there. Filling up there, the pan's filling up there, as you can see. We'll put a couple of these rocks in there just to build it up a little bit. This is running, flowing really good now. Let that go. Shit, it can go into there. And that's good. 25 buckets. 25 buckets. See how quick that's starting to fill up. All the shit around here. So I'm just almost going to have to stay here till Mick finishes those couple of buckets. Even though I'd like to shoot down there to see Big L for a minute. There we go. I'll try to do that. And the high bank has been working fantastic. Great little pump. This one here, it's got a backflow filter on it, so it stops the rubbish going through the pump. It hasn't jammed up yet, it's only running out of water flow. Nick's done it pretty well. I've been on that for a little bit of time now, he's had a little bit. And Big Al, what's happening, Big Al? I think we're going to, we'll give it a flick for the day, Al.
Yeah, I'm just doing this last bit.
Yep. And oh, shivers!
Just come out now.
Look at that, bastard spike in my foot. Prick.
Just came out back out of the glory hole.
Yep, the glory hole. Okay.
We call it the glory hole.
Guys, we're going to backfill all that in a minute, don't we? Before we go, fill it up with rocks and backfill it, and a bit of luck when the next flood comes along, it'll fill that hole right back up again.
Yes, we have to fill it back in.
Yes, it'll get filled in, without a doubt. I better get back here to Michael because his backflow problem's still there, and we'll come back after we do a bit of a clean out. And we'll put all this together and see how we go. Just running out of clean water, unfortunately. Okay, now we're doing a clean out. We've just got one of these cheap plastic buckets. I'll get a bit of water out of a little dam, get the cleaner water to stuff. That'll probably do well. Michael's pulling this to pieces. We're going to expose the miner's moss and the riffle mat, the rubber matting, and this one here, we're going to be, what we should do is put a a pan at the bottom of there. So we'll get a pan over here. We'll get a bucket, I mean a pan. So when we wash this down, we'll capture all the dregs and we don't lose anything.
Yeah.
Same thing again, when we take all the stuff out of this, we're going to put all the dregs in there and we'll take it back home after we clean this out. We'll have a look what we've got in there, but I won't throw none of this out because I'll process it all. This slow plate's full of rock, but that's okay, it's meant to do that. We want that to happen. This expanding mesh, we've got two lots of expanding mesh. We've got the big stuff, we want to wash that down, Al.
Yep.
Right, and the other expanding mesh, smaller one. Pull that out. There's half a fingernail there. So we've got 25 buckets in there. It's not too bad. It's not over chock-a-block, but it has got a bit in there. We're going to have to rinse out the top of this, just see if we can see anything nice, and then we can't see nothing nice here. Al, I want you to run over that and we're going to capture this.
From the back up.
Yes.
Back down. Huh?
Yep, that's all we're going to do. Just going to clean it up a little bit. Right. That's good. That's nice. Just get rid of the stuff off the top. That's alright. Okay, just have a look at that. Stop. Right. Okay. Right. Very hard. You'd probably be very, very surprised that you see it hanging out of there, but who knows? You don't really know. Right, so what we're going to do is get another pan and put another pan there. I'll clean this one out, and Michael can go and put them in the get another pan. You don't normally find a lot in this, but we'll clean it out. Michael's pulling the miner's moss off, and the riffle mat is underneath still. So we'll have a look at that matting. This is always handy to have a look. So it's got a fair bit of shit in there. Fair bit of
Weight heavy, Nick.
oh yeah. Well, anyhow, 25 buckets worth. Now we look in here, Alan.
Yep.
Just put that on nice and slowly. Don't nice and slowly. We'll just see if we can see anything coming out of, especially around this area here. Right, just stop. Okay, look. Okay, so there's bits of gold there. Come on.
A bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more. Okay. There's just fine fragments now. Hopefully, there's little bits in there. See that stuff in there? That's gold.
Yeah.
Right. But it tends to get caught mainly around this area, which you want it to, not down here. You might as well just wash a bit more of that down, Al. Right, see if we can get that out of there. You can see the gold hanging in there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's bits gone right down. There's a bit down here. Not much here, but there's a little bit. Alright, so what we'll do is, some nice little chippy pieces in there. We'll roll that little bit there up, Nick. We'll take that out. And right, okay, so just put that, yeah, that's alright, not going anywhere. What is it? Give me a look. No, you're getting over this keen there, that's just a bit of quartz.
Should have the glasses on.
Right, okay, so now you can rinse it out, Al.
Yep.
So it's basically, that's it. Now, yeah, do it on the other side there. We'll just get rid of the stone out of the slow plate. Alright, okay, so that's ready to be reassembled. Always reassemble it before we go. Michael's just giving it a bit of a clean out, upside down, so he's noticing how he's cleaning it out. All the riffles are in towards where the water is, so if there's any gold stuck in there, which there was before, it looks pretty clean now. Good stuff. Right, so when that's nice and clean, it's ready to be worked again. We've probably used that 50 times and haven't broken down yet. It's probably too good a quality. Right.
I'll do the single bucket one.
Yeah, I wouldn't put in that one.
Ah,
Do it in the
this one
bucket. Yep, that's good. Alright, now we'll do the same here. Now, normally, when you do this, you do it to the size where the stuff's going down and not upside down. So, this side here is... That's right. Now, the other way around, Michael. That's it.
Yeah, I've done both.
You go that way there, through that there, and watch what he does. In and out. Alright, so 99% of the shit should fall on, you know, the rock and the wash, the fines. should fall into this big bucket, and that's be ready to reassemble. But we won't reassemble this today. I'll dry that out like what happened last time. When I dried it out and give it a bit of a hit, we actually found a little bit more gold in it, so I'll just put that to the side. We'll put this back in. Nick, just put it back in there, it doesn't matter. I can fold that all up and make it all nice later on. Pick up the nuts and bolts, always pick up your nuts and bolts.
Yep.
So we know where they are. Alan's going to clean that little bit out, but we're not going to expect too much out of there or out of this one here. Alright, this is where it's going to be. It's going to be in here.
Get some water in there.
And there's not that much in there, so it's pretty good when you're thinking about it. This has come out of the high banker. This is all we got. Right, you've probably got a, I don't know, what would that be? Maybe a decent panful. That's all we got. So all those 25 buckets come down to that little bit of that pay there. Alright, so we're expecting when we clean this out that we should see a fair bit of colour in there. I'm expecting there to be a bit of colour. So what I'll do is I'm going to switch this off again. I showed you how we've done that. I'm going to switch this off for a bit. We're going to clean a bit of this out, and then I'll turn it back on again and just have a look. The last little bit I'll probably have to do like we normally do, but let's have a look and see if we've got some nice clingers in there. Michael, do you want to have a go? Here we go. What do you got there, Al? Oh, gee, that's alright, Al. So, oh, there's a couple of little clingers
there. That was all in the...
that was in the riffle mat?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't put the riffle mat in there? I thought Mick did.
No, this was from the bottom of the...
Oh, that was something come out. Oh,
yeah.
The shivers. Oh, so that's alright, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So anyhow, that's good.
There.
So we'll clean that up. That's ready to be reassembled and put away.
You don't want the marks back in there?
No, well, I'll just leave it sit on the... What I would do, I'd just collapse that down till it's nice and level again, so we can put it in there and just put it all on the top there. When it dries out, I'll give it a whack.
Alright, so I'll whack that in. Where do you want that one on?
Well, I think...
Keep it in one of these steel buckets or something.
Well, not the steel buckets. I like them plastic buckets. We'll put all the little fines in. We've got another little white bucket. If you don't, just go up there and just get another little white bucket from up the vehicle. And yeah, so we use the 2300 to find the spots, and then we dug around it. So I'll show you what we got out of it once I do the final clean up. Okay, now this is right down to, this is the final fines what we got here, and we have to go through and put it through the little mini clean out. But this is only just to let you know what we may have in here. Just gives you an indication. Let's get rid of a bit more of that, Al. That's beautiful. Look at that there. A bit more water in there. It's nice and clean.
Oh, have a look at that, mate.
And look at that. You see that? That's gold. That is chunks of gold. Okay? Isn't that beautiful? Alright, so what I'm hoping to do, and you can see the mercury in there.
Through there.
You see the mercury in there?
Look, there's even more over this side.
So we'll leave that like it is. Let's look at that. Yes. Michael?
It's going through here as well, look, see?
My bucket was better.
Yeah, we had bigger chunks.
Chunk.
Right, anyhow, so quite obviously we've got to go through these and let it run through and clean it out. This is the problem what happens with this. See this here? This is mercury and it's starting to pick up already. Alright, but
mercury in it,
we'll have to go through it and clean it out, and I'll get those chippy pieces and I'll do a weigh on it, and I'll send a message, the pictures to you and see how we go. Alright, so
you pour that into this?
You can pour that back into there, it doesn't matter. You'll find...
One into one?
Yeah, put it in one. I've got a jar up there, we should put it all in a jar actually.
Just leave it in the blue tub.
We'll leave it in the blue tub and get rid of the water out of it.
Make sure there's none in that, Mick.
Alright, so we'll just switch